Later.
I never watched the movie. About a wood chip is full. That's where they feed him in. Yeah, it could be.
Oh, we are going.
Yeah. You know, if we heat it there, that's where she.
This is not the kind of movie I thought it was.
Unusual.
Carol. This is logged out.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Oh, we got it.
Okay, thank
Yeah, I go.
Somebody come for me.
you. Got a few students here again tonight?
Logan. You can be. I want you to. So. Yeah, everything's really good.
Love that.
Yeah, thank you. I heard you presenting a little bit.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Oh, it's, yeah, that's. And that's some people.
Yeah.
Good evening.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
Oh, you-
Hello, hi.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll call the September 16th City Council meeting to order. Call of the roll.
Brian Hanson,
Here.
John Hawkins,
Here.
Megan McFarland, here, Matt McKinney,
Here.
Logan Welch.
Here.
Pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag. One nation. Indivisible.
Motion to approve the agenda.
So move.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Petitions, communications and requests. This is a time of the meeting that a citizen may address the council on a matter not on the agenda, except in case of emergency. The city council will not take any action at this meeting, but may ask city staff to research the matter or have the matter placed on the agenda for a future meeting. Welcome, students. And tonight, you're going to give us a presentation, 5 minutes each. We'll let you off this time. We'll get the next one.
Every single time.
They didn't warn you? Make sure you haven't got very good friends there, have you? I don't know. Well, actually, after this, you can go out into the street. Their Legacy Learning's doing their bench opening there, and they'll still be getting after we're finished. Hot dogs and whatever else is going on. Okay. So item 2 is minutes, claims, reports, licenses and requests. This is the following items. The following items have been deemed non-controversial routine actions to be approved by the council in a single motion. If a council member or member of the audience wishes an item removed from this list, will be considered on its normal sequence on the agenda. I have A is minutes of September 3rd for the regular city council meeting. B is claims, including payroll ending September 7th and the fund list. C is the financial reports, receipts for February, March, and the financial for April, May, and June. D is the reports for wastewater, electric, water for August. Police department report, activity reports for August, and the fire department report for August. And then G is a recommend approval for issuance of a beer and liquor licenses by the Iowa Department of Commerce for the following: renewal of a Class C alcohol license and outdoor service for Carpy's Biker Bar at 730C 2nd Street. Renewal of a Class C retail alcohol license and outdoor service for CNC American Tap at 526 2nd Street. Renewal of a Class C alcohol license and outdoor service for American Legion Post 191 at 726 2nd Street. And then H is a motion on street closure request from the Webster City High School National Honor Society and issuance of a parade permit for the homecoming parade to be held October 11. The staging to beginning at approximately 1:30 p.m. with the parade at 2:30 p.m. And then I is a motion on street closure request for St. Thomas Aquinas Parish for the street closing of Des Moines Street between Bank and Water Streets for a car show to be held Saturday, October 12th from 11 a.m. till 3 p.m. The closure is from 9:30 a.m. till 3 p.m. And that's it.
Move to approve collectively.
Second.
All those in favour say aye.
Aye.
Item 3 is general agenda. A resolution authorising and approving a loan agreement providing for the sale, issuance of general obligation corporate purpose bonds series 2024A and providing for a levy for taxes for the same or pay the same. Got Suzanne here from PFM Financial. We present the information.
And I just handed out the results of the sale. I'll walk through that. So this is geo bonds to pay for the City Hall HVAC projects in Fair Meadows Phase 1. Congratulations on the S&P affirmed AA- credit rating. That's an affirmation of the existing credit rating. And these bonds were issued over an 18-year term with an average life of 10 years, which means they'll take on average about 10 years to pay back all the principal. And are issued as non-bank qualified because we did the electric and the water bonds earlier this year. We'll pay for 10 million. So we went out to market today at 10 o'clock this morning. We received bids. We did a competitive sale, which means PFM recommended terms and conditions. We sent out to the market and said, give us your best bid. And at 10 o'clock today, we received 6 bids from over 29 different banks in partnership together. The range for that true interest cost, which is sort of the aggregated percent APR interest rate, that range from the 6 bids range from 3.64 to 3.91. So pretty widespread, 27 basis points over 6 bids. The winning bid came from Robert W. Baird with a 24-member selling syndicate out of Robert W. Baird out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, at 3.6474%. So that's a really good rate for 18-year bonds. I'm very excited to see that. We're under 4%. We're anxiously awaiting what the Fed is going to do later this week at their Fed meeting. The market has already priced in a rate cut, so that we got in. If they don't do it, then you got the benefit of it. If they do it, then they're priced where we expected. When we look at the second place bid, right, because that's always sort of our measure for competitive sale, our second place bid was from Bernardi out of Chicago, Illinois at 3.66%. So less than 2 basis points, 0.02% between winning bid and second place bid. And that saved the taxpayers, in this case, $2,846. So we got 2 really good bids at the top. We won't talk about how much it saved from the last place bid, but a lot of money between that and the last place bid. When we look at how the city priced today, we look at the AAA B-Val scale. That's what the municipal market prices off of. That's the measurements we take. Your pricing ranged from 22 basis points over that AAA scale to 74 basis points, and on average, 42 basis points on average. And what that means is it priced really well. That's what you need to know today, that things priced really well. The city was able to keep the premium. There was a small premium bid on the bonds that would go on the project fund, and it was all after targeted debt service levy rate that we have planned for. So. Any questions for me? All right, congratulations on a very successful sale.
Thank you.
You're so welcome.
The call for resolution authorising and approving the loan agreement providing for the sale and issuance of 2,445,000 general obligation corporate purpose bonds series 2024A and providing for the levy and taxes pay the same.
Move to approve.
Second.
All those in favour say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Item B is a resolution requesting authorisation to seek bids and set a public hearing on plan specification, proposed form of contract and estimate of costs for furnishing minor materials for phase 1 electric distribution improvement project for October 21st at 6:05 p.m. Good evening, Adam.
Good evening, council. So what this is for asking permission to seek bids for our phase 1 distribution project, which is going to be the area just to the east of the line of parks in Downtown Alley. It's in order to get the 69 line where we need it. We've got to do some changes with the distribution side of it to make this happen. So that's what this is involved in. So we're just asking for permission to go out for bids.
Again.
Yeah, we are getting closer. I know.
Okay. Thanks, Adam. Thank you. Call for motion.
Move to approve.
Second.
All those in favour say aye.
Aye.
Okay, C is a resolution authorising the street department supervisor to sign and execute change order number 1 and partial payment application number 4. Final recommended project acceptance and retainage in 30 days to Fort Dodge Asphalt Company of Fort Dodge, Iowa for the 2024 HMA improvements project.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. This is, like you stated, for the closeout for the 2024 HMA project. This project consists of the 600 block of Elm Street and the 500 block of Webster Street. This was a mill and fill project. Spot repair curb and gutter, on Elm Street. There was a full curb and gutter. You get storm sewer water to flow on that side. So I thought it's a fairly small project. As you can see, original contract for $209,347. Just the amount of tonnage and stuff of asphalt, plus also we had in there some core outs if necessary. So we saved considerably. I think it was 38,000. So ended up being 171,000. That amount that we weren't using, we talked about rolling it over into this year's fiscal budget to use for the or what we're going to call it 25-26 HMA project. So hopefully next meeting will be coming with the 25 closeout for HMA as well. So
Okay. Call for a motion.
so moved.
Second.
All those in favour say aye.
Aye.
They're doing a great job. They're strictly looking good around town.
Yes, thank you.
Item D is resolution approving the commitment of matching funds and application for funding for the Iowa Finance Authority in support of the Heart of Iowa Regional Housing Trust Fund. Yeah,
Good evening. So this trust fund was established back in 2018. At that time, it was just Hamilton County and Webster County. Last year, we, or the board approved Calhoun, Humboldt, Pocahontas, and Wright counties to join the trust. With this, we can apply this year for $448,166 for the 2025 grant application through the Iowa Finance Authority, but that does require a 25% match from the 6 counties. Hamilton County has committed up to $9,508, and in order for Hamilton County and the city to fulfill the match, we're requesting a match of up to $8,500 to get to that match. With this program, it's helped hundreds of applicants with things from roofs to plumbing to windows, just to make their house safe. It's definitely underutilized, so we definitely encourage people to apply for this program. It's administered through Fort Dodge, and this helps individuals with low to moderate income. So again, just asking for an up to $8,500 match for that grant application.
it's a good return on it, on our money, that's for sure.
Can I ask, because I was prompted with a question before, why is the program underutilized, and what do you think is causing that? Because it is certainly an opportunity, especially with those that might be facing nuisances or citations, to take advantage of funding that the city set aside to help them jointly resolve it.
I think just the lack of marketing and education that has been promoted, so we definitely need to up our marketing of the program. We've done a couple pushes on social media, but we, would like to get a press release out as well. We have one application that's still in process, and hopefully that individual can get their plumbing. We've definitely advertised it a lot more with our meter replacement program this last year. And we have had a couple of people take advantage of that. So I think just more marketing on that program.
Anything, the program guidelines and requirements that are causing them?
It's based off of income, but I don't think that that's really what's affecting it.
I feel there's some stigma too. I think there's some almost embarrassment or some pride. Some community members I've talked to throughout the inception of this being an option here in Webster City, or at least me being aware of it. A little bashful. But again, I hope that's not a barrier for anybody, because obviously if there's grant dollars out there for this is a common issue. So there's nothing to be ashamed of or embarrassed about. This is a common issue of aging housing population throughout the state. So yeah.
And also with that, it is administered through Fort Dodge. So if, anybody is having those feelings, city staff isn't the one who's looking at that income. It's actually administered through Fort Dodge, and it's the board. So it's not us individually looking at that.
Yeah, so it's not your neighbor.
Yeah, exactly.
Most cases, nobody don't know they actually, if they got the money.
Good.
They give money away sometimes. They don't trust us. All right, item E is a resolution. Oh, call for a motion for that, yeah. Okay. All those in favour say aye. Aye. And then item E is a resolution accepting and authorising administration for the 100,000 emergency catalyst grant from the Iowa Economic Development Authority, IEDA, for the lift Webster City partial rehabilitation for 608 Second Street of Webster City, Iowa.
Yes, so this is just seeking the formal acceptance of that $100,000 emergency catalyst grant back in November of 2023. 608 Second Street was affected by significant damage due to a fire. The WC has acquired that property, and back in June of 2024, the city council did approve a deferred loan agreement with Lyft. So this is just a grant that was applied for. The city has to act as the applicant and the beneficiary is WC. So we wouldn't have any financial implications other than being the pass through for those funds. And then just the administration of that. So just seeking formal approval for the $100,000.
And I'm abstaining obviously from voting because I'm on lift and I was working on it.
I'd also like to just thank the work that Ariel did on this matter, as well as our partners at the Ames Regional Economic Alliance. They were critical in securing that funds. Thank you, Lyft, for taking this on. Certainly this building is critical in also allowing the theater to open. And so, you know, we've got a lot of parts moving here. So thank you for everybody here and not that was a part of getting this moving along.
Thank you.
Call for a motion.
Move to approve.
Second. All those in favour say aye. Okay, and that's call for a motion to adjourn.
Move to approve. Second.
All those in favour say aye. Short and sweet tonight. You got that, yeah, it's 30. Yeah, that's, you have plenty of time to get out.